What's up, everybody? I am April Williams, a spiritual mindset life coach. I'm a motivational speaker and I'm a podcaster. Shout out to the chosen ones. If you found this video, if you found my channel, it's not by chance, it's not by accident, but it's a divine appointment. I am here to motivate, uplift, and encourage you to boldly and unapologetically step into the calling the Lord placed on your life and to walk in your purpose. So with that being said, y'all, what I'm going to talk about today is not for everybody. This video is not for everybody. These are for the people who, you smoke weed but you want to quit. So you're struggling with wanting to quit smoking weed. You're struggling with weed addiction, being addicted to weed, and you want to quit. So I want to just share some tips on how to quit smoking weed. So first and foremost, you have to admit you're addicted to weed. Now see, it was different for me. I didn't even know I was addicted. I never admitted. While I was smoking, I never admitted to myself I was addicted. I didn't even know I was addicted until I tried to quit. And I went through everything I went through trying to get it out of my system. That's when I knew, like, wow, I was addicted to weed. It never dawned on me, I like to smoke. So that's first and foremost. You have to admit within yourself and to yourself that you're addicted to weed and you want to quit. So that's number one. Admit you're addicted. Number two, you have to cut off all links associated with it. Meaning whoever your plug is, fall back from them, cut them off, delete their number, however it is. The people you used to smoke with, your smoking buddies, like, you don't even have to let them know that you quit. Just kind of fall back. And of course, they probably don't ask questions, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, you doing what you got to do. You doing what's best for you. You decided that you want to quit. So you have to cut off all links, all ties to it. Whoever your weed, the plug was, cut the plug off. Whoever your smoking buddy was, all those people, it's like you have to cut that off and let that go, because at the end of the day, if those people still hitting you up about smoking and all that, you're going to be drawn back into it. Like before you know it, you could be going 2 weeks, almost a month without smoking, and then somebody kind of like pull you back into it. So that's why you have to cut off all links to it. That was number two. Number three, you have to go cold turkey, meaning you just stop. You just out the blue stop. You just one day decide I'm done and just never look back. Because think about it. If you say, okay, I'm going to quit smoking in a month, in 2 months, in 6 months, it's never going to be a right time. Whatever time you decide within yourself and in your own mind, it's like when that time comes, you're not even going to be worried about it, thinking about it. You're probably not even going to stick to what you said. So it's important for you to just go cold turkey. And that's the hardest part, because like I say, you're so used to smoking daily, every day, however many blunts a day, 4 or 5 blunts, some people more. It's like, it's going to be hard because, like I say, your body is so used to having that weed, you tripping, you having a bad day, you light up a blunt. People having an attitude with you feeling depressed and all that, you light up a blunt. So weed has become your safe place. So now when you go cold turkey, it's like you feel like you don't have that anymore, because you began to, weed has began to like just be everything to you. You're like I say, your safe place. So you just have to go cold turkey and never look back. And like I said, this is going to be the hardest part, because you're going to wake up one day and just say, I'm done. Go cold turkey. You're going to cut off all links to it, and you're just going to be done with it. So that's going to be the hardest part. And that's not even the hardest part. Going cold turkey, that's going to be hard, but the hardest part is number 4, which is to endure the withdrawals. And these not in no certain type of order, so I'm going to go back over them again. But number 4, you have to endure the withdrawals, meaning the stuff you see on movies, like, people waking up in cold sweats and can't eat, can't sleep, tossing and turning, like those type of things are real. Those withdrawals are real when you trying to get any type of drug out of your system, when you're trying to overcome any type of addiction, whether it's weed or, pills, anything. It's going to be like that. Those are the withdrawals that, like I say, you see on movies, but that's real life, because I used to wake up in cold sweats. I used to be tossing and turning. I couldn't eat, and my appetite left me for months, and I lost over 20 pounds. So just know that the withdrawals are real, and you just have to endure the withdrawals. Like, it's going to be hard. You're going to, feel all over the place. You're going to cry. You're going to be hurt. Like, it's real. Like I say, weed had became your safe place. It had became my safe place. So when I was enduring those withdrawals, it just did something to me. And it did something to me so much that I didn't even want to tell anybody. Like, nobody even knew what I was struggling with and going through behind closed doors, like the cold sweats and all that. It's like I had became embarrassed about that. Like, I didn't want to tell anybody what I was going through while I was going through it. You know, now that I've overcame it, I've gotten weed out of my system and I no longer smoke, I can share these things. But while I was going through it, it was embarrassing. Like, I didn't even tell nobody. Like, I didn't even tell my mama, like the people closest to me. Nobody knew what I was really going through with weed, you know, until after. Once I overcame it, then I was able to talk about it and share it like I'm doing on here. So just know that it's going to be hard, but you can do it. It's, like I say, it's going to be very hard. So I encourage you to, you know, be praying about it, be seeking the Lord. And it's so important too, if you do tell somebody, like, make sure it's the right people in your ear. Make sure you telling people who you can trust, who encouraging you, like, you know, don't go back. Even when you feel like you want to go back to it, like, no, don't go back to it. You doing good without it. Stay focused, stuff like that. You need the right kind of people encouraging you and not trying to get you to fall back into what you used to be doing and what you're trying to get past in your life. So that was number 4. You have to endure the withdrawals. No matter how hard it gets, you can do it. You can overcome it. You are more than a conqueror. Number 5, once you endure the withdrawals and you kind of getting past it, and you know you getting on a consistent flow of doing good, you're not even worried about it, you're not thinking about it, you have to replace it with a new habit. Like, if you used to smoke weed all the time, 4, 5, 10 blunts a day, however much you smoke, then, or you know, like I say, if you're struggling with it now and you want to quit now, this video is for you too. If you have to replace it with a new habit, like I say, you can replace it with working out, you know, just doing things that's going to clear your mind and keep your spirit clear, keep your head clear, you know, listen to podcasts, listen to music that's going to, like, keep you sober minded. Like, don't go listen to all this different stuff that's talk about smoking, that's talking about drugs, all this different stuff. You got to keep and see, a lot of times we don't even realize that our spirit man, your spirit man is so important to this process. You have to feed your spirit man. When I stopped smoking weed, that pretty much was my coming to Jesus moment. Like, I stopped smoking weed, I stopped going out, stopped drinking, stopped doing all the things I used to do. And the Lord, you know, he really changed me. So then I began to pray more. Then I began to better my relationship with the Lord. I developed a real relationship with the Lord, a real consistent prayer life. You know, I began to read his word, and I began to get all this, you know, just grow spiritually, get all this knowledge and wisdom of the things of God. So, like I say, when I stopped smoking, I replaced it with spiritual growth. So you have to find something to replace that old habit with. Replace it with a new habit. Like I say, whether it's working out, YouTube and podcasting, reading, writing, whatever it is, even the music you listen to, all that's so important. You have to find music that's going to uplift you and pour into your spirit, not the stuff that people listen to these days. Like, that type of music these days, it'll have you going back to what you used to do. So I encourage you to stay away from that. Change the kind of music you listen to. It's like, all that is so important to your spirit, man. Even with overcoming weed addiction, all this is a part of your spirit. This is all a part of your spirit. So that was number 5. Replace it with a new habit. And number 6, ask God for deliverance. First you admit you're addicted to it. Then you cut off all links associated with it. Then you go cold turkey. Then you endure the withdrawals. Then you replace it with a new habit. And finally, you ask God for deliverance. See, a lot of times we'll be doing good with something and we'll be doing the right things, but we never do this part. We have to ask God for help with these things. If you struggling with overcoming the weed addiction, you want to quit, or you're in the process of quitting now and you're watching this, I encourage you to ask God for deliverance. Whatever you're going through, we have to know that we need God's help with everything. So it's important that while you're going through this, you're following these steps, you get it out of your system, you feeding your spirit, you're going cold turkey, you enduring the withdrawals, you're doing all these things. And most importantly, you have to ask God for deliverance. It's like we'll feel like we need God for certain things in certain areas, but with other things, we feel like we don't need his help. We have to know that we need God with everything, for everything. He is everything. He's our everything. I encourage you to make him your everything. So ask God for deliverance, because you're not strong enough to do it on your own. I wasn't strong enough to do it on my own. Every day I prayed and I asked God for strength to continue to move forward, to not look back, to not want to smoke, to not want to, reach out to people where I can get weed, like these type of things. I had to truly ask God for help with overcoming this weed addiction. And every day he gave me the strength to move forward, to not think about it, to not want to go back, to not even have that desire within myself to want to go back and want to smoke anymore. And like I say, it's not an easy thing, but that's where God comes in, and he's here to help us, to encourage us, to strengthen us, to be able to get past whatever it is that we're struggling with. So that was number 5, ask God for deliverance. Because just know that you can't do it out of your own strength. If you try to do it out of your own strength, it may work for a little while. You may be moving forward, and then it'll be some type of temptation that, pulls you back. No matter what, it's going to be temptation. But when we truly surrender and ask God for help with overcoming these things, overcoming the weed addiction, overcoming pills, whatever it is, alcohol, whatever you're struggling with, He's going to give you that help you need. He's going to give you that strength. He's going to give you, He's going to encourage you and strengthen you up to keep your faith through the fight, to endure whatever it is that you're struggling with. So that was number 5, ask God for deliverance. So like I say, this is how to quit smoking weed, how to overcome a weed addiction. Number 1, first and foremost, admit you're addicted. Number 2, cut off all links associated with it. Cut off your plug, delete their number, all your smoking buddies used to hang out with. Just fall back and just, like I say, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta cut them people off. Number 3, you just gotta go cold turkey. Don't say I'm gonna quit smoking in a week, a month, a year. You have to go cold turkey and just quit and forget about it and don't look back. Number 4, you have to endure the withdrawals. Waking up middle of the night, cold sweats, can't eat, can't sleep. It's gonna be hard, but you can do it. So you have to endure the withdrawals from it. Number 5, replace it with a new habit. And number 6, and most importantly, ask God for deliverance. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Y'all be blessed. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And we'll talk soon.